Being a young carer means loving someone unconditionally and wanting to truly help them no matter what the problem is. And it means putting others first before yourself. I think being a young carer, it's having the constant worry of not knowing what's going to happen today or tomorrow. It's dealing with a parent's emotional behaviour, so it kind of feels like the roles are sort of reversed in a way. I think I became aware that my mum had bipolar when I was about 14, 15. I know she can't control it, but I think if I just work around her and help her in any way that I can, then she appreciates it. To begin with, I was in sixth form and I was doing A-levels, but the stress of home life really started to impact me with my schoolwork. So I thought it'd be better if I dropped out, started working and then come back to school later. I've had to mature really fast and I don't mind it. I just wonder what it'd be like if my life was the same as my friends. Most of my friends live quite a lavish lifestyle. Not saying they're rich or anything, but they don't have to worry about money issues, whereas I have the constant worry of paying bills. When I first heard of cosplay, I was 11, because in year 6 you have something called World Book Day, and at World Book Day you dress up as characters from books, and at the time I was very into manga. My brother used to pick me up from school occasionally, and he said, "Oh, you're like a little cosplayer." And that's when I started proper looking into cosplay. And I attended my first Comic-Con when I was 13. To begin with, I didn't think I'd be able to financially afford to make my own costume. So what I'd do is I'd go to charity shops or the market, and they'd usually have £1 pieces of foam, or people would leave behind tops that I could alter. I feel like people treat me differently in cosplay because even when they know me, they kind of forget how old I am. I appreciate not being treated like a kid when I've got this mature aspect to myself. I maybe choose younger characters because I had to mature so fast and because I never had that younger girl kind of mindset. Cosplay gives me an escape from the expectations put onto me. I feel as if, for a minute, I don't need to worry about paying bills. I don't need to worry about my mum. I don't need to worry about any of these other things that a 17-year-old shouldn't be worrying about. When I start putting the contacts in and putting the eyeliner on, I'm like, yes! It gives me that little spark of excitement. You just feel so happy because that work in progress, all of it's leading up to that one day at that convention. And because you're surrounded by people that like you for who you are and like your costumes, that's all that matters. I cosplay as Roadhog from Overwatch. Roadhog is a bodyguard and he cares for other people, which makes me relate to him because I care for my mum, so I'm sort of like my mum's bodyguard. When I'm in costume, I just feel like with the character you can take on their persona, and when people see you, they'll be like, "Oh, you're so-and-so." You feel the urge to be that persona for someone else. Cosplay's changed my life for the better because it's given me a chance to rediscover my childhood that I never had. So I'm very grateful for it.